Hi, hello, how you guys doing? Okay, thank you for joining me for today's webinar. Can you hear my voice? All right, great. Okay, good to see you guys here again today. And thank you for tuning in. Okay, let me check. Wow, we have over 1,000 audience here today. Okay, thank you. Thank you for your support. And first of all, let me just maybe just have a little bit chit chat with all of you here. You know, where are you guys from? Do you mind to type in the um, chat box right now? Yeah, and you remember to set your chat setting to everyone so everyone can see your messages. Okay, all right, nice. Okay, cool. I see it like oh so fast. UK, Sydney, Singapore. All right, Kuantan, Penang, Thailand. Okay, all right. United States, Philippines, Indonesia, okay, Mexico, Lebanon, Ireland. Okay, nice. Wow, so many. Italy, Peru, Argentina, Brunei, Mexico. All right, great. Okay, thank you. Yeah, thank you for joining me here today. And today is more like I'm going to do this slightly different today. Today will be more like a discussion, yeah, with all of you here because I see there's a need for us to discuss one very important topic, yeah, that actually being affecting us for the last 2 years, but it haven't reached to a breaking point yet. And I see it's going to happen very soon. And therefore, I think that maybe I can share with you some of the insights about what to do or what to expect, yeah, moving forward in terms of our career. So today will be more into uh, career aspect here. So, and how many of you here, you are working for someone? You're the staff, you're the employee. Type the word me. Okay, that today will be extremely important to all of you here today, right? Because this topic is for you. And because today we're going to talk about one very pressing issues about the end of stable jobs. Okay, so I think that you know that we are changing to period 9, yeah, and you see that a lot of few changes happening. So this is one of the things that will actually change drastically, yeah, that will affecting not only our career but also affected our ability to earn income. All right, this is going to talk about. And but before I continue, I would like to also address to some of the newcomer for today. Probably this is the first time you're joining me in a webinar. So if you're the first time, you're a newbies here, type the word me right now so I can see who you are. Okay. All right. So yeah, because if you're a beginner, you might actually thinking, right, whether you're able to benefit from this as well. Okay. So don't worry, rest assured, because when I actually shared my topic today, I have two person in mind. There are two groups of people here. One is a beginner, and then also one of the group here are seasoned practitioner, right? So if you're a beginner, don't worry, you're not losing out. So if you're the first time, actually, I would like to welcome all of you here. And let me just tell you about, do a little bit introduction about myself here. So my name is Iverson Lee. I'm a speaker, consultant, and instructor. Just from Joey Up Consulting Group. Just if you are wondering what am I doing, yeah, so I actually my passion in life right now is about practicing Chinese metaphysics, right? So if you came across certain subjects such as like BaZi, Feng Shui, Qi Men, these are belong to this Chinese metaphysics umbrella. Yeah, I learned this 7 years ago, and then I decided to pursue this path to master all these subjects. And in result of that, I have this privilege or these opportunities not only to help myself and also to help other people that I have the privilege to came across. All right, so just to show you this is what I'm doing. If some these are the first time you're seeing me, before pandemic, we do a lot of live classes. This is what I am teaching. I share information, and also I also actually speak for companies as well. Yeah, because all the companies, I'm glad to see that a lot of companies right now, they're actually open, to actually incorporating Chinese metaphysics into their businesses, or maybe some of them are actually looking for expansion in terms of business. They're looking for expansion or looking about strategy. So they use a lot of Chinese metaphysics system as well. So, and this is what I do. right? So besides teaching, I also actually do a lot of consulting as well. So I think some of you here actually I have a consulting session with me before, right? So we do a one-to-one discussion. We look at your party chart, and then I tell you what to do and what to expect. And more importantly, how do you push yourself to the next level? Don't you think this is the most important? Yeah, because the most common question that I got from a lot of people is, how do I actually activate my happiness, right? And also my peace of mind. How many of you have this goal as well? You want to be more happy. You want to activate your happiness, and then you want to achieve a peace of mind, right? A lot of people, right? Yes, right. So, and then what is the first step here? I think the first step here is to actually make progress. Agree? Because progress equals happiness. In any time you feel that you're not happy, probably there are certain areas in your life are not growing anymore. It could be your career, could be your financial, it could be your health or your relationship, right? So if we committed to actually grow daily, I would say that happiness is part of the package. Growth equal happiness, or progress equal happiness. So today we're going to talk about how do we actually take our, no matter which stage you're in right now in your life, we see how can we actually take to the next level. And today I chose to talk about one part about career. Yeah, because I discovered when I actually doing this consulting every day, because every day I talk to different people, around the world. So I meet a lot of actually people that are very successful. They are business tycoon. They are great entrepreneur. And I also have also meet or work with someone that is struggling in life right now, right? They actually cannot make the ends meet, and then probably they just got downsized, right? Or they, and now maybe some of them actually right now they're looking for a job. And I heard that a lot of people currently they're already jobless for at least 6 months or above. Okay, so it's not a pretty scene here, right? So what we're going to do about it? So this actually made me to think harder on this, and I discovered that the old dream that, or the reason people actually study hard and get their certificate, that hopefully that in the end they're able to get a stable or I would say as job security, they want to get a sense of job security. It doesn't exist anymore in this period moving forward. Yeah, this is what I discovered. So if we are chasing, it's like we are chasing the shadow, that we, or you might not able to reach to the goal because it doesn't exist anymore. It's wasting our time, and then we might end up in frustration, right? Because we need to adjust. The world is changing, right? So I discovered a lot of this problem and the pain that a lot of people facing right now because they're still chasing for what? A stable job, or what we call the job security. And it's not our fault because we've been trained that way. Agree? For the last 50 years, right? If you are study hard, you get a great results in your study, you get a great my master or PhD or whatever is that, you actually can get a great job. Your future are pretty much secure, right? Old days is working, right? You become a teacher or doctor or engineer, especially, right? You actually you are the upper rank of the society. But in today's world, right, you see that, all this job here, a lot of people are struggling, even they got a master. Yeah, they're a bright person, they're a bright student, but they're struggling because they cannot get a job, right? And why this is changing here is because, first of all, let me just define, make a definition, what is a stable job is. Right, today will be more like a discussion, right? So let me just share with you this part here. What is stable job means to you? It could be come with job security, right? Or you might get a decent salary because you studied hard previously, right? You deserve that. Or maybe you also can get some good benefits like health insurance or extra perks. Right, so these are the one that, or maybe you can travel with style. You should travel in a business class, right? So these are the part that I think everyone wants this, right? Therefore, I call this a job security or a stable job. Okay, but you know that this thing that if you're chasing for this stable income or a stable job, this no longer exists anymore, especially right now in period 9. I know it's true. Yeah, but whether you come to the terms to accept this fact is another part, right? But if you keep thinking, when you come back to the old normal, there'll be no old normal anymore. right? The thing won't revert. It will continuously evolve. And to a point that right now, if you look at the recent news, have you heard about this a company called Better.com? Right? They're actually firing 900 employees via Zoom. I think some of you heard about this news, right? And recently, after that, they fired another 3,000 staff around the world. Basically, about, I think it's in the state and India, these two countries. Okay, yeah, that's how. And you see, a lot of these people, they are hardworking, they are knowledgeable, right? And then they're responsible worker, right? But it doesn't mean that you're secure in your job, which means that you could just, if you're having a job right now, you could be one day away of being jobless. It could be, So think about this. If you're running your own business, at least if your business are not doing well, you can see it coming, right? Okay, maybe there are less sales right now, or the cash flow got issues. You can see coming, like maybe the next few months that you might close down your business. Yeah, but if you're in the job, you might just receive a memo tomorrow. Yeah, without even you perform, you're the best performer in the company. You might just get a memo that you are no longer needed in a company. Yeah, the reason is because nowadays, the moment a company doesn't make profit, yeah, the first strategy in their mind is about get rid of the staff. Yeah, this is the normal practice. It's just like hobby right now. In the old days, they might figure out, okay, that means a strategy. How do I actually improve the sales or the marketing area, right? There's so many things. But today, the first option to them, or the most easy option to them, is just to fire people, right? So therefore, when we look at this, right, in this moving forward, if our goal is still seeking for job stability or job security, I think you might get disappointed in the end, right? I think this is a fact that you need to come the terms with, right? You need to accept the fact. Otherwise, you keep chasing this, I'm afraid that you might not able to find it. So now, the question here is, what is the solution? Right now, we know that is a problem. So what do you think we can actually solve this problem? Can we change the world or change the way the company runs? No, right? We are just one person, right? We are just one person, so we cannot do that. Of course, we cannot change the big shift from happening. Yeah, the period 9 period here is evolving right now. We're already in the period 9 right now. So for some of you are new here, you keep hearing me talking about period 9. Period 9 is I will look at the world in a larger scheme. Like every 20 years, the energy will shift, and then it will affect the way we actually, how the business run, what is the consumer sentiment, or the political landscape even. There are huge shift happening, yeah, in the larger scheme or in the larger landscape. So this is what Chinese metaphysics able to actually identify, and then able to actually predict or anticipate what kind of event happening, right? So, and now we are in the period 9. Previously, we're in period 8, and then now until 2043 at least, we are in this period 9 cycle. So don't you think it's important for us to know what are this period 9 means, so we can be better prepared, so we can actually thrive. And not only just survive in this period 9, we want to thrive, right? So now back to our job security. In period 9, you know that this no longer exists. So what can we do about this? Of course, we cannot change the big shift, right? The trend. But one thing we can change here is at least we can protect ourselves first, not to get affected. You guys agree? Right? So we cannot change how the boss run the company, right? So we need to get protection. So how do we actually got this protection? We need to learn to do what? We need to learn to actually achieve financial independence. Yeah, this is the part that we need to actually tell ourselves this is something we must if we want to survive here. Okay, so it doesn't matter the job, because you're no longer able to depend on a job. Why not? You depend on something, is your own financial independence. So once that part is stable, no matter what happened on the external world, you're still all right. Your family will still be taken care of. Correct or not? Right? So this is the area that we actually need to look. Yes, a lot of people say, oh, if I actually make a lot of money, I can actually resign. Yeah, it's up to you. Is it possible that you still can work, but you are no longer work for money? Is it possible? Don't you think it's more fun? right? You're still working, but you don't work for the money. You work for passion, right? And when you don't work for money, you actually can perform better. Agree? Yeah, because you're more relaxed, right? You don't have this fear that you're losing your job. Yeah. Otherwise, every day your boss asks you to go in a meeting, you have this fear that you might got fired, right? So, or even Zoom right now. And nowadays, if you got an invitation from the Zoom, now you're a bit worried because there are a lot of news that they just fire like 900 employees via Zoom. Yeah, so it's crazy. It's a crazy world that we are living in right now, right? So now, how do we do this here is, of course, we are not talking about financial freedom first, right? I think the first step here is to at least be able to reach financial independence. So I have a question for all of you here. I know some of you here, you already reached that level. Probably you don't need to listen to this. Yeah, but if some of you here are still struggling or you are in the process of actually achieving your financial goal, and I want you to actually think about this. How many years that your current saving can last you if you stop working today? Yeah, I want you to truly think about this because you need to, the first step of achieving financial independence is you need to actually deal with the reality is first, right? What it is right now. Yeah, you cannot run away, right? You must know. Now, type in the comment box. If you already calculated, it's very easy, right? If you stop working today, assume you don't have any job in the future. You just stop working, you just retired for good. Based on your saving, how many years it can last you without downgrading your lifestyle? Okay, some of you say, some of you 1 year, some of you 2 years, some of you is 3 months, right? So yes, yeah, it's different, right? If your saving is less than 3 years, then you need to actually plan ahead. Yeah, this is not being pessimistic. Yeah, this is become realistic. All right, so it's about 3 years. Yeah, it's a cushion for you. All right, so you haven't reached it yet. Don't worry because that is one of your goal, right? It's one of the goal today. Hopefully, I can share with you certain things you can do to actually speed it up. But if you are just zero or your 1 month, which means that you really need to pay attention to this, right? You cannot delay this anymore, especially in the current period here. In as we are talking about is in period 9. So, and I truly understand, this part here because I myself I've been through this situation before, and I'm struggling financially, and I had that time. I still remember very clearly, vividly the feeling. The moment I opened my wallet, is empty, not even a dollar there. How many of you have this privilege to experience this before? It's not a pleasant experience. Yeah, it's just like something just dying inside, right? And then you feel bad, and then how come, right? So you feel that you actually disappoint your parents because they actually work hard to support you to go to college, and then now you're there and you're not doing well financially. I've been there, right? I'm not born in a silver spoon family or well-to-do family, no, right? So therefore, I actually feel that pain, and I got one talent that time. You want to know my talent? My talent that time is I able to spend more than I earn. How many of you have this talent? I'm going to give you a high five here. Okay, so if I make like 5,000, I able to spend 10,000. Then a lot of people ask me, how come? How do you do that? Do you know magic? You can actually create the additional 5,000. No, it's easy, right? Nowadays we got what? Credit card. Yeah, that's how you spend more than you earn, right? Yeah. Do you need 1 million to spend 1 million or not? You don't need because they always have credit. Yeah. So that time the thing here is I'm not spending on assets. I'm spending on what? Liabilities. Yeah, that's the problem. Yeah. And then until a point that creditors are calling. Yeah. And then I feel the pain. And long story short, that time I go through a lot of issues. Yeah, like the time my parents are retired, they say that, okay, the moment they're retired, I also need to fork out additional money as well, right? So a lot of pressure actually coming to me until a point that I get to learn a few subjects in Chinese metaphysics. And guess what I learned? I learned 3 subjects: 八字, Feng Shui, and Qi Men Dunjia. Okay, some of you might learn this before. Some of you, maybe today is a first time you're listening to this. So these are the subjects under Chinese metaphysics umbrellas, right? But I think most of you already heard about feng shui because this is the most common thing, right? Whenever we're talking about Chinese metaphysics, right? So, and there's another part about BaZi, and then the other part about this, I would say Qi Men as well. So let me show you this part first. If some of you, you're thinking, how can I use this Chinese metaphysics to enhance my financial capacity? Yeah, this is what I use here. So let me show you this chart here. Okay, so now what I'm showing you here is this tree system. So, and this tree system have their own function. When I learn BaZi, I want to know my direction in life. How many of you here, you don't know what you can do or what you're good in doing? And you feel that your life will be better if you know the direction right now. Not tomorrow, I mean right now. Yes, right. That's how I learned BaZi, because that time I want to know, right? So what I can do, what is the direction moving forward? Obviously, I'm not doing well that time. Otherwise, I won't be broke, right? So, and creditors are calling, so pressure, right? So therefore, I use BaZi to identify the direction. And also, I also use feng shui, Qi Men as well. Qi Men is for me to fork out the strategy, yeah, or to plan what to do once I know the direction. Yeah, don't you think this is important, right? Who to meet, yeah, what kind of action you should do. That time, I discovered from my BaZi chart, there are two paths for me that time. The first path here is either I become a chef or I can become a teacher or a speaker. I have to, and then I'm in dilemma that time, right? Because I also like to eat, but I'm not really like teaching that time because I was a programmer. So most of the time I spent with the computer itself, right? I didn't talk to people. So, and that time I say, hey, maybe I can learn how to cook, because my chart is very clear. These two directions is for me. So, but that time, fortunately, that I'm a bit fat that time. Yeah, that would be understatement, right? Really fat actually, right? It's freaking fat. And I actually asked myself, if I was pursuing the route to become a chef, I can foresee that my body size will be double. So I say, better not, right? So therefore, I chose the other path is about, maybe I can become a teacher or speaker or public speaker even. And that's how this thing happened. That is the point when my life is changing, because I act on certain information based on my BaZi. Okay, so if I didn't make that decision during that time, maybe I don't got these opportunities to talk to all of you here, or even to share with you all this information, right? That one I'm using BaZi. And then, but once you have the right direction, right? Yeah, it doesn't mean that you're going to be successful from the start, right? So, and because in the path of actually becoming a teacher, there will be a lot of obstacle along the way, a lot of criticism. Yeah, I think if you attended some of my webinars before, I did share with you that there is a old guy after my presentation on the stage. He just pulled me aside and then he said that, Iverson, you're not cut out for this, right? He said that, yeah, why not you go back to your previous job? How do you feel? And then I asked him why. He said, because I'm older than you, I eat salt more than you eat rice. This is a Chinese idiom, okay? He say that, basically telling me that he has more experience than me, so therefore you should listen. Okay, and then this is how it works. And that time, I feel, devastated, of course. And then I have a certain moment that I'm actually doubting whether I'm in the right direction. Because every time you make a shift in your career, don't you think your income will drop? When you do something that you don't have experience in. Obviously, right? If you're an accountant, you want to become a marketing, or you want to become a marketeer, then no one's going to pay you the same salary because you don't have experience, right? So that time I go through the income actually further dropping. So which means that I already have financial issues, right? But the income is still dropping. Yeah. So therefore, that time I actually thinking of giving up. And what actually made me actually go on further. Actually, I used Qi Men to actually help me to plan strategy. How can I actually make this work for me? Yeah, what kind of people I should talk to, or what kind of topics or subjects I can actually that people want to hear. And from that time, I look at the achievement chart. The achievement chart says that I still remember the chart says one thing. It says that I need to be patient, which means that the thing you're looking for will not materialize within 1 year. He say that around 2 years time. Okay, so that time I still remember the hexagram that I'm getting that time is a waiting hexagram. How many of you here is a Yijing students? Okay, so I think you might actually familiar, or you might heard about this hexagram called waiting hexagram, and that is the time that I actually got this hexagram with me, and then I say, okay, I need to be patient on that, and then this is a strategy. Right here, I still remember that time is I actually asked, right, because become a parcel consultant, they are so broad. There's so many topics I can talk about, right? It could be health, it could be relationship, it could be money, or could be career related. And the achievement, that time when I plot the achievement chart say, actually, you can focus on business and career related topics. Okay, and then actually, I actually checked back with my parcel chart also well structured. So I said, okay, all right. So I actually find a niche of doing that. And that's why nowadays, when you actually attended my webinars, most of the time I talk about career or wealth or business, right? Or entrepreneurship. Do you actually see this pattern? Yeah, this is what I'm doing. Right. So, and I know once in the blue moon, I did talk about relationship. I think I actually talked about relationship, I think last year. I think in the month of August, I forgot which month is that. Right. And yes, some people ask me, hey, I was saying you do more relationship, right? Maybe next time, right? But I tend to more have this affinity talking about wealth and business because I use this to help myself before I see the results, and I want to share with more people. That's what I'm doing today. And then finally, the feng shui part is where I create more opportunities. So opportunities means that opportunities to meet the right people or to meet all the nice students, just like all of you here. Do you know that all of you here are actually really nice? Right? You're polite, you know, you're participating and all these things here. So these are the system that I'm going to do. So today, I want to actually share with you, and I actually compile this information because what I do is during that time, when you do consulting, right, you have the privilege to talk with people. So some of my clients, they are super rich. Of course, they won't ask me how to make more money because that time I'm dead poor, right? So who am I to give them advice? So basically, these people, they ask me about other part like relationship or something there, or yeah, about their personal relation, that kind of thing. So, but I got the opportunities because they sit right in front of me. After the consultation end, I always ask them a lot of questions. Like, you know, how do you get to where you are? How do you actually build your wealth? Then I counter check with their chart, and then I see a lot of patterns there, and then I compile all this information, and then I try to apply to myself. So long story short, after so many years, I talked to so many well-to-do and rich people. I saw certain patterns. There are patterns of becoming rich, and there are also patterns of becoming poor, right? So it's like a sort of like a principles, and I compile all this information, and then I put it on this book. Or a journal. Do you see this? I named this Iverson Millionaire Secrets Playbook. I have this. Okay. And now, previously, I actually store all this information in my in a hard copy journal. But nowadays, I actually converted all into my iPad already, right? So this is my iPad. Yeah, a lot actually inside. Yeah, so why I actually do this? Because in the old days, the way they make money is very different from how we make money today. Agree? If we just refer back to the classic, in the old days, how people make more money, they just work hard and then they save the money, right? They dig a ground, they put the gold inside the ground. Hopefully, there no one actually notice it, right? But today's there's so many ways to make money, like crypto, right? Or share markets, equities. There's so many things here. So that's why today, can I share with you some of these insights that I take out from my book? I extracted some of the important information so I can share with you today. How about that? Okay. All right. So let me show you first. All right. So in my book, recently I focus a lot in the period 9. Yeah, because the energy shift happening, which means that whatever we are doing right now will be very different. yeah, from period 8. So I actually pay attention to this. And let me tell you one part here. What are the changes? Because how do we know that period 9, what kind of thing likelihood will happen, is we study this one. All right. This, if you are new to Chinese metaphysics, probably this is just the lines to you, right? But if you are some of the student, you learn I Ching or Feng Shui before, this is a Li Gua. Okay, Li Gua tell you a certain is an image to tell you certain phenomenon or the certain event in period 9 that you need to pay attention to. So, and when is the period 9 actually happening? Official date is 2024. This is official. Okay, then you might also thinking, right? How come just now you mentioned that the period 9, we are already in period 9? Because now it's a pre-launch. Okay, if you launch a product, is it possible to do a pre-launch? Yes, right? So the same thing here. You still can buy, right? So now you already see the energy already transiting, coming in already, right? So I would say right now you can consider you are in period 9 already. So once we know this, then the next part I want to share with you, which I extracted from my Millionaire Secrets Playbook, I want to tell you that period 9 energy now, this year, 2022, is the year where a great year for you to create something or get something going, right? It's a great year for change. Because if you make a change here, you see that for the next few years, the energy will going up, more opportunities coming, right? Because 2022, yes, some of you pay attention to this. You actually look at this almost to the bottom, right? The energy actually shooting up already. So which means that this year is the important year. But you might think, okay, but maybe I can actually do this in 2024 or onwards, right? Because it's opening up. So if you only start here, guess what will happen? Competition. You got leftovers, if they have any, right? You're not the only one that is hardworking, you know? Yeah, so therefore, if you want to make any, I would say, important change, right? So this would be the point that you need to start. So how many of you here have great ideas? You want to do something different this year? It could be side gigs. It could be another business. Or maybe you just want to change your career to something you like to do. How many of you have any plan that related to finance, that because of you doing, if you do that, you're able to increase your wealth? If you ask me which year, this is the year. I wouldn't suggest you to look at 2024 onwards. Too late. All right. Yeah. So this is the point. And yes, now why I'm using this chart, because this chart represents 2022. Yeah, that's the reason I show you this, because I specifically highlighted this box here and this box because these are the wealth element for 2022. So which means that the theme for 2022 is about wealth, because all the element on top represent the sentiment or the theme of the year. So do you realize that this year, a lot of people pay attention about creating wealth more than any other years? Right? They have come to a point that a lot of people learn investment or how to make more money, right? So because of this yellow color, I just highlighted this wealth. And then one more here, this one is a 7 killing. So 7 killing related to power. So this year, also there'll be a lot of power struggle within the company, sometimes maybe within a home, or on a larger scale, it could be within countries. Okay, so these are the two primarily the thing here. So which means that this year is a very competitive year. So if just now you already typed the word yes just now, or me, that you're starting something, congratulations. Yeah, because you're starting at the right time. Doesn't matter you start, you do it fast or slow, as long as you got started something related to wealth, you're actually going through a right momentum. Okay, congratulations to all of you that actually starting this year. But some of you didn't yet, right? Maybe this information is useful for you, right? Because right now we are just in the month of March, right? So we can actually do something about it. All right. So that's the whole reason I'm telling you this. I'm not going to tell you this in the month of December. Probably it's a bit too late. But right now in the month of March, there's still a lot of our time for you to do something about it. Okay, clear? Okay, so this is the first piece of information I want to share with you. So once you know this, right? You know this period 9. So some of you asked just now, what is this period 9? What we can expect from here? So period 9 is a period where you can see a lot of changes happening, and you see the rich people will getting richer and the poor people will become poorer. So, and you're able to, from economic point of view, you can see that the middle class are shrinking because the living expenses too high. So these are middle class people, either they go to the richer group or they go to the poorer group. So of course, if I ask you, of course, we want to go to the richer group, right? So therefore, yeah, this is something seriously you need to think about and plan ahead for your finance or your financial destiny here. Okay, so today I do my best to give you more information so you can act upon it. So how do I do that? I extracted some of this Millionaire Secrets playbook. I put it into here. Okay, let me just show you the slide again. Okay, this is the end of stable jobs. So the first one I'm going to talk about is awaken your wealth energy. How many of you here want to awaken your wealth energy? So you can see more opportunities comes to you. Okay, all right, very good. Okay, so now I can share with you this part here, the first thing. And first of all, let's address, I would say, hold on, let me just. Okay, the first thing first, let's address this question first. Okay, will I be rich? Yeah, this is exactly the same question that I asked when I start to learn BaZi. How many of you here have the same question as well when it comes to wealth? Okay, you want to know whether we have the wealth potential or not, right? So now, everyone, take out your BaZi chart. I'm going to teach you how to see this. How about that? Even you don't know BaZi, I can guarantee you can read this within seconds. Okay, all right, yeah, take it out. So now, how do you actually take out your BaZi chart? Let me show you how to do this. I'm going to share my screen right now. Okay, can you see my BaZi chart here? All right, nice. So this is a sample BaZi chart, right? So if you want to look at the chart, they are, for beginner, is too complicated for you. Am I right? Right? It's too there are so many information inside, right? So, but let me summarize for you. If you want to learn and master BaZi, all the information shown here, in a nutshell, they only contains 2 pieces of information. Either is 5 elements and 10 gods information inside the chart. Only 2. There are only 2. So if you ask about how can I master BaZi, you just need to master the 5 elements and the 10 gods, because literally inside here consists of 5 elements and 10 gods. Okay, are you clear? Yeah, this is just the terminology about BaZi. But instead of wasting time studying this right now, when all of you here to scroll to the bottom here, this part is the 5 elements. And this part is the 10 gods. So instead of looking at the top, especially a beginner, you can also look at here, because this is just a different representation of what a BaZi chart is. It's the same thing, it's just display on different way. Yeah, just like if you're actually an accountant, right, you can actually display your information in a pie chart or bar graph or whatever, right? So this is the same thing. Are you guys clear so far, especially a beginner? Right? Remember I told you, right, there are 2 parts you need to master, the 5 elements and 10 gods. So which means all the information you need is here. Okay, all right. So great. Okay, so if you understand so far, let me know, then I can proceed. Do you understand so far? You just need to look at these 2 pillars or 2 sections. Okay, great. Now you know this, right? So now, the first question here is, will I be rich or not? Okay, so it's very simple. You look at the 5 elements, and then you look at the wealth. You see a wealth here? You see a wealth here, right? So the wealth for this person, what is the value of, or the for this person wealth elements? So there are two values here. One is here, and then one is here. We follow the beige color. So this is the one. So according to the reading here, this person wealth strength is 60%. Okay. All right. So now you look at your own chart, see whether what is the strength of your wealth element. So let's do another one. Let's say I do another chart here. This is a new chart. Then I just zoom in here. Then we look at this person. So of course, there are 2 points. We look at, first of all, look at the wealth. And then there are 2 diagrams here. We always look at the beige color diagram. So here indicate is 20%. So this person is 20%. Okay, so in the old days, a traditional way is if your wealth element is below 20%, you're confirmed poor, or you're going to be struggling financially for the rest of your life. That's how they read the chart. Right? This is how because this one represents the wealth element. Yeah, if the wealth element is weak, they say that you're not going to be successful. That's how they see the chart. How many of you here confirm poor? Hashtag CP. Yeah, CP stand for confirm poor. Okay, so many of you. Oh my God. Okay, don't cry yet. Don't cry yet. Okay, don't cry yet. If you pay attention to what I said just now, I remember I said traditional way, right? So of course, there's a caveat to that. Because in traditional way, they always pay a lot of attention to the wealth element. And because the word is a wealth element, right? So they see the moment your wealth element is low, it automatically translates as someone poor. Yeah, but let me tell you what is this wealth element really means. So these wealth elements that you have in your chart doesn't represent the real cash or the real goal. It rather represents whether you are someone practical or not. So if your wealth element is very high could be 60% and above, you are someone really practical or pragmatic. Yeah, what do I mean by that? Do you know pragmatic, right? Pragmatic means what? So they actually choose their friend based on value. And they choose to spend how they spend their time based on who is more important. Right? So they are more pragmatic that way. Right. So for example, like, okay, today is so one of the friend called him for dinner. He said, I'm not free, because I have a lot of things to do. But at the same time, another call coming in, but this person is rich or at least valuable to him. And then he said, okay, I'm very free now. Yeah, I can go out anytime. They are very pragmatic. So that you can say that I will not say they're a bad person, right? They are very efficient in using their time, right? If you're not useful, you better don't talk to me, because I don't have time for you. They're very practical in that way. Okay. And because of that, because they make better use of their time, and then they're able to judge who is important, who is not, then therefore the tendency of them to become more wealthy is higher. Okay. So how many of you here is 70% and above? Guarantee one thing, you can judge people easily. Right? Okay. This is a dumb person. This is a smart person, right? Very quick, you can have this judgment. You can size up everything easily. That is the wealth element. Okay, now you know the real meaning of this wealth element. So if you don't have much, which means what? Let's say you're zero, which means that no matter who call you, you're so fine, right? It's equal. All right, they're all is human. There are no differences in terms of their social standing or their wealth. Okay, everyone is my family. Okay, so because of that, maybe that a lot of people take advantage of them, of their time, and then they don't choose to spend their time efficiently, and therefore they might not get rich. All right, so now you understand a lot the wealth element. So if you're zero, don't worry. All right, it just means that you are a non-judgmental person. It's nice to be your friend. Okay, all right. Now, but now the next question here is, how do we actually really make money? Right. So and how do we actually make the money? If you know that if wealth element is not, I would say, the deciding factor of someone have the wealth capacity, then what it is. So the thing is like this, it's not about what is in your chart. Yeah, the question here is what you're going to do with the chart. Yeah, a lot of people, they take a passive approach of reading parts, right? Whether I have this or have not, then okay, therefore my life is bad. But if you want to becoming rich, I don't care what is written in your chart. It's about how great are you as a user of the barter chart. Okay, if you're a great user, you can able to make use of your chart. Yeah, that's the part here. So now, how do we do this? Is do you want to know the first secrets of this millionaire secrets playbook or not? I'm going to share with you right now. This is one of my mentor told me, and he is my client last time. And then, after the consultation, I asked him a lot of questions, right? Because if you pay attention, all these successful people, right? Because the consultation normally is 1 hour, their question only like 1 or 2. The moment they got the answer, and then they're okay already. Sometimes it's just like I can finish the whole consultation within a few minutes. And guess what? The remaining time, I'm going to ask them a lot of questions, as if like I'm the reporter. Okay. So, and then I'm going to share some of this with you right now. So the first, one of the things that actually, advice that actually make a huge difference for me, more than anything else, is this piece of advice. Maybe you might need to actually write it down because I only say it once because it's so important. So I only say it once. All right. Okay. Pay attention to this. And then this is what he tell me. If you want to make money, because at the time I want to make a lot of money, right? He told me, I would say, if you really want to make a lot of money, he said that you remember one thing first. Don't focus on making money. That's what he told me. Okay. It's like counterintuitive, right? I say, what? Yeah, I want to make money. Why you ask me don't focus on making money? So what I'm supposed to focus on? Into girls or food? I'm already so fat, right? You ask me to focus on food. They say, oh, Iverson, calm down, right? Just relax. What I'm trying to tell you here, if you focus on making money, you're not going to make what? You're not going to become rich. You can do okay, but you cannot become rich. But instead of focusing on making more money, focusing on solving problems. Yeah, that's what he told me. And then that piece of advice alone just changed my life. Right? Because money will not come to you if you're not able to solve problems. Yeah, so you think about this, right? Is it true? Yes, right? The moment you see, right? If you actually are got hired for a company, are you supposed to solve the problems that the company is facing? That's why sometimes it's a bit weird, right? Whenever someone tell you, you know what, my company got a lot of problems, right? So it's not good. But you think about this, right? That's the very reason why you are hired in the first place. If the company don't have problems, why they need you in the first place? Right? So the company is supposed to have problems. So if the company no longer have problems, you're out of job. Come on, right? So the one that able to make the most money is based on what? Are you a better problem solver or not? Right? So this is how you think about this. You spend money all the time, right? So every time you spend money, don't you think someone else are making money? It's a yin and yang. Correct or not? Yeah, I want you to think about this. Every time you spend money, someone else are making money at the same time. So the reason you spend money because that person able to solve some of your problems. Agree? Right? So therefore, the long story short, what my mentor tried to tell me is you need to actually acquire a skill that able to solve certain problems so you become valuable. Okay? All right. So like right now, I'm a consultant, right? People pays me money to do a consultation. So why they're willing to pay me money? You think about that. It's because I have certain skills that I have that are able to solve their problems, right? So that is my skill. So how do we know which skills that you are great in doing? Do you guys want to know? Make sense, right? The first step of creating more wealth is your ability to solve problems. Okay, so in your barter chart, remember just now, I want to test your memory a little bit here, just to know whether all of you here are paying attention or you are halfway asleep. Okay, so now, remember just now I say in order to master barter, there are 2 aspects you need to master. What is that? Yes, okay, Eileen Wong say 5 elements and 10 gods, right? So if you want to know what kind of problem solving skills that you have, you look at the 10 gods. All right? Because the 10 gods is money. I know some of you learned barter before. You keep thinking the direct wealth and indirect wealth is money, right? No. Yeah, that's why a lot of people cannot use the barter chart well. All the 10 gods equivalent to money. Okay, I want all of you here to type in the chat box, 10 gods equal money. Why is equal money? Because each 10 gods represents certain skill to solve certain problems. And because you can do it so well, then you can make money. All right? Okay, nice. Okay, so now I want all of you here to look at your chart here, because now we are talking about this part. Let me show you first. Problem solving skills. Okay, it has to come from the 10 gods. Okay, so now I'm going to bring out the parter chart right now, so you can actually look at this. Okay, so this is here. Why it called 10 gods? Yeah, because there are 10 items here. 1, 2, 3 until 10. Everyone have 10. All right, but the strength of these 10 gods will be different. So each of these items here represents certain skill that you can solve problem. And because you do it so well, people pays you more money. Right? Tell me, what problems that an entertainer able to solve? Singer, entertainer. Yes, right. Able to remove what? Sadness, or at least distract you from certain thing you're not happy about. That also value, right? Yes, correct or not? Yeah, that's why they make money. Okay, cool. Okay, so this is about even like footballers and soccer also, all of them, all these superstars, the reason they make so much money because they can inspire people. I think you know who is Michael Jordan, right? Yeah, what is his true value? What problem solving skill that he able to solve? He able to inspire millions. Yeah, that because a lot of people that want to be like Mike, right? There's even a hashtag that say be like Mike. I want to be like Michael Jordan. Yeah, there's a tag even like that, right? So inspire. So that one, yeah, his one is the, to me, he's a good, greatest of all time. Okay, I know there's always a debate, a discussion between whether him or LeBron or who, but this is how it's like that, right? So that is his value. Okay, so now you also have certain values. So, and how do you know that? Because you look at here, there are 10 items, right? So the one that you have more skill in would be the top 3. Okay, will be the top 3. It could be eating God. For this person, is the skill is eating God, direct resource, and indirect resource. He can choose to develop, and once he able to do this well, then he will able to make more money because it's the highest. Are you guys clear? So your job here is going to study what is this mean, what is this means, and what is this mean, and then you do accordingly. This is exactly what I do during that time. I look at my top 3, and then I see what can I do to actually explore, to see more opportunities, and this is the high level income skills. Okay, so some of you ask, can you explain the 10 goals? I do this so many times on other webinars, but if you want to know, you can visit my YouTube channel later on. I have one video dedicated to this, all these 10 goals. Are you guys okay? Because if I explain right now, it will take another hour, then I might not able to finish other millionaire secrets playbook, because this information is quite preliminary. I would say that you can get it from my YouTube channel later on. Let's go to YouTube channel, just search my name, Iverson Lee. Yeah, that is that's that, right? All right, okay. So but now I want to teach you the concept, how to use it. The meaning, you can refer to that later. Are you guys okay? Now I'm telling you the method. Okay, what type of fish is it? You study on the YouTube channel. Okay, cool. So now, this is how we normally derive information from the chart. But for me, do you want to learn a more advanced level? Little bit advanced. Okay, guys, are you okay? Yeah, because this is derived from my playbook and based on my observation of how parts work. So just now we're talking about problem solving skills, right? How about this? Profitable problem solving skills. This is better, right? Yeah, profitable problem solving skills, which means that the skills that are on is in demand right now. People want it. For example, like during pandemic, people want the mask, the face mask, right? It's in demand. So if you do this, don't you think you make more money? How many of you here want to learn this for free? I'm going to share with you right now. Normally, I charge people for this, Yeah, but I can easily charge this for like, 100 or a few hundred US dollar, but I decided to share with you for free. But I want you promise me you're going to take action upon it. Are you okay or not? Okay, cool, nice. So now, how do you actually identify this? Is like this. Let me show you the technique right now. Okay, for profitable problem solving skill. Okay, bring out your parter chart first. I'm going to share it on the screen right now. Okay, there we go. So just recap a little bit here. Just now we talked about this part, right? About here. So now I want you to actually look at, instead of looking at that, I want to look at your current luck pillar. Because current luck pillar is your current opportunities. So what you want to do, you just identify, this one also 10 gods. This is 10 gods, all of this. It's just a short form. Like DW is stand for direct wealth. All right. So RW stand for rob wealth, hurting officer, and this one is direct resource. This basically is the same items, part of one of these 10. All right. Instead of looking at here, I chose to look at here because this represents what is the current demand that you can benefit from. So if I want to help this person to actually learn certain skill that actually is a highly profitable skill, I can ask him to do something related to DW, direct wealth, or RW, or HO, or DR. That's it. Okay, so do I care about this part? No, none at all. This is my style. Yeah, so yes, I know different people practice the art differently. I know that. I truly respect that. I just share with you my approach of using parter. Because why I choose here? Because this one represents prosperous, is timely. Are you guys okay or not? I know some of you learn from different teacher, because there's so many parter teacher, right? Yeah, the fundamental is there, but the way I use it is slightly different. Okay, all right. So I'm not saying that other people is wrong. All right, they have their own merits as well. I just share with you how I use this from my Millionaire Secrets playbook. Okay, so and now during that time, why I chose to become a speaker, one of it because I didn't look at the bottom one. I actually look at the current luck pillar, transit from a programmer to become a speaker, because during the time, the highlighted pillar, I got this star called hurting officer, HO. So for this person also got one, right? You see here? Also got one here. Obviously, this is not my chart. Yeah, this is 67 years old, Hopefully, I don't look that old right now. This is a sample chart. I just give an example here that HO represents speaker, or you can become a coach. Learn how to speak. That is how you attract more wealth. How many of you here, your current luck pillar, the highlighted in the yellow color, contains HO, which stands for hurting officer? Okay, all right, nice. Now I just gave you one piece of advice on what to do to attract more wealth in this current point of time. Okay, that's what I got started. Now I'm telling you how I read my own parter chart. Okay, I'm using just simple, right? Then you might think, hey, why you don't look at the combination on depth and emptiness? Yeah, I don't really care. Yeah, because what I really want to know is a skill. I see it, I use it. Life are more peaceful like that. Do you like this approach or not? Yeah, I know different people is different, right? Some people, why do you consider the clash or combo? I don't. The moment I consider all this thing here, the opportunity is already passed. I get it first. Yeah, I'm not that naive to think that life is free of problems. Of course, there'll be problems along the way, but at least I know that the battle I'm heading to is worth fighting for. Make sense? Right? The rest are going to figure out along the way, right? I expect there'll be some problems. It's fine. Yeah, so that's how I actually proceed to that. Are you guys okay? Yeah, it's sort of like lifted up your burden a little bit, right? Instead of you need to look at so many things before you can make a decision, it's too late. Do you know that you have competitors, right? You're not the only person have a HO in the current luck pillar, so do a lot of people. Yeah, if you wait to do this or wait for perfect timing, probably, I'm sorry, it's too late. Okay, all right, cool. So for the rest of the 10 gods later on, you can visit my channel, you can look at it. Okay, it's there. Everything is there. All right. Okay. So I know some of you asked about 7K or DO. Right. Remember I told you I'm not going to talk about every single of this because I repeat so many times on some of my webinars. So why not you just look back on the videos? Okay, cool. All right. So now, once you have all this knowledge, right? But the thing is like this, the problem I discovered that is knowing is one thing, right? Knowing is one thing, but whether you're doing it is another thing. How many of you here agree with me with this? I can share with you like what to do and all these things, right? I think you also receive a lot of advice before every year. Yeah, but knowing it is one thing and doing it is another thing, right? So how many of you here want to have this so-called the entrepreneur spirit or the hunger to pursue the goal that you want? How about that? How many of you here want this? Yeah, probably I can use Qi Men to help you on this. Okay, some of you already benefited from this. Yeah, because let me show you this first, right? So I posted this, I think, a few days ago. This is about installing energy into you. So this month, the Qi Men energy comes with genius entrepreneur energy. So do you want to download this app or not? Yeah, app is a metaphor, all right? So it's just to download this energy so you can think like one. Okay, it doesn't mean you need to actually resign, right? You can think like an entrepreneur while working for others, and your boss will love you for that. Because entrepreneurs focus on solution, they don't focus on problem. Okay, all right. So now for some of you already benefited from this, for some of you are new here. So how I use this, I use this chart. This is a Qi Men chart. Don't worry about all the thing inside, it doesn't matter. Right? Because if you're new here, all this information just floor you, right? Doesn't matter. What you need to know is how to use it. So, and this one got expiry date, it started from 5th of March until 4th of April, 2022. So use it while it lasts. It's just like milk, okay? Got expiry date. Once the milk expired, you cannot use because every month it presents different kind of energy. Okay, so if you want to learn how to use this, I actually recorded the whole instructions inside here. All right, inside my Telegram channel, you have a Telegram app, you go to this link or you scan the QR code and then you go there. I recorded the whole instruction, how do you download this energy. Yeah, is that. I know a lot of you here already have this, right? Yeah, so if you want to know the clear instruction or what is a mantra to do this, it's very simple. And even your beginner, you're able to understand, right? Okay, now I want you to pay attention to the comment box as well. So there's a link there. Do you see the link there? Right, so save it. Don't do it now because the webinar haven't ended yet. It's not yet. I'm just share with you, since we're talking about wealth, I think this will be beneficial for you. Yeah, because mindset is everything, right? Because the moment you think differently, you make different decisions. That's how you change your destiny. Okay, all right. I share this actually every month. So every month, the Qi Men energy is different. Like last time, remember, we're talking about the power of faith, right? Sometimes we're also talking about the power of to look younger. There are certain element inside that is anti-aging, right? So yeah, listen to that. Yeah, pay attention to it. I actually do this for free. Yeah, every month I release new information, and I hope that at the same time you can learn Qi Men as well, and also you can forward this to your friend as well, right? It's free. Okay, all right. So shall we continue? Okay. Jenny Chu asks, when is the anti-aging again? I don't know. That one I need to look at the chart. Right? Every month, I'll look at the chart, which is the best one. Then I'll look. Hopefully, the anti-aging energy will comes again. then yeah, that'll be one. So, yes, certain month passed already. That way you cannot use. You can backtrack on those time for education purpose. You learn it, but you cannot use the energy because it already expired. Because this energy is a monthly energy. All right. Okay. All right. So okay. So someone asked about what is the video for the 10 gods on my YouTube channel. Okay, you can search once you go into the YouTube channel. You can search for the best life ever. Episode number 3, if my memory still serves me correctly here. Okay, you can search for the best life ever, and there's few episodes there. Look for episodes number 3. But if you have time, you start from episode number 1. Okay. Okay, so that one is for the 10 gods. Okay, all right, nice. So now, shall we continue right now? Do you want to have more? Do you want more information about wealth? Yeah, because think about this. If you want to learn more, you must do it. All right, not just listen for fun. Okay, all right, cool. So let me show you what I'm going to talk today. Today I might end slightly later. Are you guys okay? Right, because I still have a lot of information to share. Okay, sure. All right. Okay. Since you asked for this, then I chose to stay a little bit later here today. So remember, just now we talked about awaken your wealth energy, which in fact we did explore on that part. How do you identify problem-solving skill to activate your wealth energy? So the second one we'll talk about is the rising star. How about that? So the rising star means that there's in period 9, certain wealth opportunities are powerful. Where else in period 8, it might not be as powerful. That's why I call this the rising star. How many of you here want to be the rising star? If you're already the star, right, you need to maintain your status. But if you're rising, it's more fun, right? There's more room to grow, correct? Right? If you're already at the top, there's nowhere to go except declining, right? But rising is good. Means you're young again. So the rising wealth star for period 9, I'm going to share with you. This one also extracted from my book, playbook, is the sky horse. This is the term, okay? The term of sky horse. So this also consider wealth opportunities if you have it in your barter chart. Okay, so let me explain first. The sky horse in the old days represent a merchant or the businessman travel across country to trade. All right, so old days like this, they make money that way. So it's considered a wealth star. But nowadays, due to the advancement of technology, you can actually do business around the with anyone around the world without even leaving your house. Right? Why? The power of internet. So therefore, if you have this sky horse in your chart, I would say that you have a lot of opportunities related to e-commerce or e-trade or global business. Okay? All right. Do you like this or not? And why this is more important right now? Because now with the internet technology, this star in period 9, this one become powerful. All right. So on the technical side, this is the combination of you form what we call a traveling hexagram in period 9. So therefore, traveling hexagram also related to sky horse because it's about traveling. But as I put the technical explanation aside, I just want to focus on whether do you have this or not. Yeah, do you have this? Do you have this star in your chart, or do you know how to find one? Okay, all right. So let me just show you. I'm going to show you. Don't worry. Calm down. Okay, I just show you on the screen. I just display a sample chart. So all you need to do, you just on this column here, you need to zoom in, and you will notice there will be a sky horse here. Right? Yeah, there's a sky horse. So for this person, the sky horse is tiger. But does it mean that okay, hold on. I think the screen is freezing. Let me share this again. Okay, all right. So the sky horse is tiger, right? So does it mean that you have the sky horse? Not yet. You just know that your sky horse is tiger. But you want to know whether you have this or not, you need to check on this part. Hold on. This part, whether you have tiger or not. Tell me, do this person have a tiger in his chart? Yes, you see a tiger here, right? You see the word tiger? Okay. Okay, don't make an excuse. You don't know how to read Chinese. We already printed the English word as well. Is tiger. Obviously, it's a tiger. So which means that we can conclude that this person have the sky horse star or the rising star, the wealth star that is rising, or I call this rising wealth star in period 9. Okay, now check on your chart right now. Some of you ask, is the luck pillar counted? Yes, it can be the luck pillar as well. If you have it here at your current luck pillar, you still consider if you have it there as well. Okay, now check your chart. If you have a sky horse, then type the word yes. If you don't have, type the word no. Very simple. Okay. So if yes means what? I want to pay attention to the e-commerce or e-trade or all these businesses. You attract a lot of opportunities on those areas. All right. Okay. Yeah. Focus on that. So now, for those who have the sky horse, there always a preferred location to have this. Okay. So there are 3 locations to have. In the month, or the hour, or the luck pillar is the best if you have it. If you don't have, then it's not relevant, right? If you have it, check whether it resides in the month or the hour and or the luck pillar. When you have this, then you have the full power of the sky horse in period 9, the new world of wealth. Okay, if you don't have, what happened? Forget about it. Accept the fact that you don't have. All right, don't be crybaby. Okay, maybe if something else is better than them. Someone say, must I wait until period 9? We're already in period 9 right now, so no need to wait. Okay, all right. So it's the animal sign, right? It's the animal sign. Okay, so for this person, since the sky horse is the tiger, so he have it here. So it matched to that criteria. The sky horse become powerful. Okay, is this useful to you? Okay, all right, nice. Yeah, this is the new world, right? So that's why it's a very different perspective how we look at the wealth element. So do you see the way I look at the chart is different? Depends on different period. This is how it's supposed to be, right? Otherwise, if you stick with the old way of making money, you might find difficulties actually blend into the world of period 9. This is how we use astrology. So do you like this style or not? Okay, all right, nice. Okay, so now, the next one here, I'm going to talk about, let me share with you first. Do you want more information? All right. Okay, so just now we talked about the rising star, right? If you have this, and then now, how about this? How many of you here want to win the game of wealth in the new world in period 9? How many of you here want this? Because the game is very different. So let me tell you the first piece of secrets of this. This one also from the playbook itself. So I'm going to extract this for you. Remember this word here. The first mover advantage. You might need to write this down. If you want to actually win big in period 9, you need to be the first mover advantage. Do you understand what does it mean? First mover. So you want to actually do it first. That is the success code for the new world. So whatever information you know, you must act on it first. Because if you are the one that wait and see, then it'll be a problem. Because period 9 wait for no one. Yeah, it's just like that. I don't care whether you're a good person or what. It doesn't matter, right? If you're slow, then you're out of the game. Okay, so and because it's very volatile era, right? So you want to get something, you want to be the first person who doing it. So I discovered this piece of information actually in very early. I if some of you here probably you attended my period 9 program in 2019. How many of you here actually in the first class? The inaugural class in period 9. Okay, that one is a live class, it's not an online program, right? So that time, why I chose to do it because I discovered that period 9 is you need to be the first mover of everything. So when I actually conduct that program during 2019, I got a lot of messages coming in. Yeah, teachers from other school that also teaching Chinese metaphysics, so that they DM me or PM me, and they asked me, Iverson, why you teach period 9 right now, right? People don't know what it is, and don't you think it's too premature to talk about it? Right? Say yeah. So yeah. So why you doing this? You'll be actually doomed to failure. There's some of them actually message me like this, and but of course I didn't say anything because I know that period 9 is you need to be the first mover. And when I teach period 9, people learn period 9, and that time they don't even know what period 9 is. It's not like the popular term. But do you realize that to this year 2022, if you just search on Facebook or whatever, do you realize that everyone talking about period 9 right now? Nowadays, you try to search YouTube or everyone you go to, yeah, everyone talk about it, right? So now, is there a benefit for me to be the first advantage or not? The first mover? Yes, a lot. Right? I able to make use of those information. If you attended my first class, I did talk about 2020. In the mid of 2020, there's a transition. Yeah, we talk about virtual reality. Remember the cryptocurrency, and if you buy that time, you can make a lot of money, right? So, and that what I teach, I actually doing it. I also apply for myself, right? So I invest on something about. I still remember the time I bought Bitcoin. It's a very a low price, and then you see the trend is happening. So we're also talking about virtual reality, right? And then virtual assets. Yeah, at the time no one care about, right? So I say, oh, what is that? They heard about the term, but not a lot of people pay attention to it. So only this a very niche community talk about it. So, but now you see more and more things. We also talk about a subscription business model, right? All the business that you need to go through because the surging snake is very strong in period 9. Okay, so we talk about a lot of companies right now, they are doing subscription business model to thrive. And nowadays, you see, don't you think a lot of subscription model right now, right? Pay per month, right? So all of these things here actually happening. So don't you think a first mover advantage would be the great one? Yeah, so that's how you benefit from it. So this one not only apply just your job, well, whatever. If you're thinking to do anything, you need to be the first mover. So 2022, yeah, is a great time to do this. Okay, all right. So let me share with you some key information I extracted from my playbook. Yeah, the Millionaire Secrets playbook here. So let me show you the chart. Remember, we talked about stable job is no longer exist, right? If you learn BaZi, this DW, DO, and DR, this is the 10 gods. These are the 3 out of the 10 gods there. All right, DW, DO, and DR. So in old days, job stability still exists, right? So when they look at their BaZi chart, they pay attention to these 3 elements: direct wealth, direct officer, and direct resource. Okay, yeah, this is advanced BaZi. Are you guys okay or not? Are you guys so far okay? I hope that it's not too complicated. These terms here is out of the 10 gods. These are the 3 out of the 10 gods we're talking about. So whenever mention someone looking for stable job, if your chart got DW, DO, and DR, your chart is considered a great chart. Last time. Okay. So now if you have it, don't be too happy about it. I'm not saying it's bad, all right? Maybe the usefulness might not be that prominent anymore. Okay, so now how do you look for this, right? So remember, DW is stand for direct wealth, DO stand for direct officer, and DR represent direct resource. So how do you look for this? Very simple. I want you to, let me show you again a BaZi chart. Okay, where do you look for this? Remember just now we talked about what? DW, DO, and DR, right? So DW represent direct wealth. So where's the direct wealth? Direct wealth is here, one. And then direct officer, DO, is here, and direct resource is here. Okay, in the old days, since their focus is about job stability, if this three element is strong, right, which means that your career is good, therefore they concluded that your destiny is great. That's how the old days look at the chart. Yeah, so now this is something I share with you. Okay, let me share with you the screen again. This is the one. And I haven't shared this with anyone before. Because why? Because it's supposed to be secrets. That's why there's a reason I call this Millionaire Secrets Playbook, right? So, but today I decided to share some part of it. But you cannot distribute on this because I have a disclaimer here. You see? Extracted there, right? Yeah. So yeah, I hope that, yeah, I trust all of you here. I have faith on you. Yeah, this content cannot be reproduced. All right, but I'm sure, I rest assured this information will benefit you. I'm teaching you how to read a barter chart in period 9. Okay, so therefore, I'm not looking at this element anymore. I'm looking at the opposite element of all of this. Make sense? Right, has to be opposite, right? Because no longer job stability. If you learned barter before, the opposite element of direct wealth is raw wealth. Okay, so the first rule of wealth, that direct wealth versus raw wealth. So in period 9, I choose raw wealth all the time. Okay, a lot of people don't like raw wealth, right? Yeah, you might say, oh, Iverson, why are you so controversial, right? Raw wealth is losing money. No, in period 9, they make a lot of money. You know what raw wealth means? Raw wealth means followers. Don't you think this is a new currency in the social media world? Yeah, they judge whether you're rich or not depends on how many followers you have, right? Because you have a lot of followers, you tend to make more money. Because when you launch a product, people support you. Okay, now let's not look at your raw wealth is 0 or not. There's a way to activate it. Yeah, of course, there will be a way. Okay, let's not get depressed because you're 0. All right, this is only one of the elements. Remember, there are DW, DO, and DR, right? Now I'm just talking about DW. Okay, the opposite is raw wealth. So now, if I'm just sharing from my approach, all right, I cannot say this on behalf of anyone else, but from my approach here, I will choose raw wealth every single day of the week. If you ask me to choose between direct and raw wealth for period 9 wealth. Okay, are you guys clear? Because attention is a new currency. Okay, now, that is one of my first rule of new wealth. So now, and then the second rule, let me share with you the second rule. The second rule here, it says that in period 9, one system is no longer sufficient. Yeah, if you want to actually create wealth opportunities in period 9 because it's so volatile, you need to use barter, Qi Men, and Feng Shui at the same time. So we call this omni system. All right, multiple systems. So in old days, it's very simple, right? The goal is to make money, and then they get married, and then they reproduce, and then they retire. Old days, the goal is very simple. But we live in this ever-changing and complicated world with so many things happening at the same time. So therefore, we need these 3 systems at the same time to use. Okay, are you guys clear? Right, because some of you just now asking me which system should I use. I would say 3 of them. Okay, all right. So, and the third, yeah, let me go through the third rules of wealth I want to share with you as well is this. When we look barter from the wealth perspective, so this is how we normally look at barter. The year pillar represent the network, the month represent your career or business, or the day pillar represent yourself, and then the hour represent your children or investment. Some of you learned barter before. Yeah, this is basic information. Correct or not? All right, this is basic, right? You know, or if you're new, now you know. So this is how we read the chart. But in the new world, do you want to know how we see the chart in the new world? It's very different. Now, this is the rule for the new world. There are 4 pillars of making money. Remember we talked about attention just now? It's the year pillar. All right. If you're talking about solution provider, is here. You're talking about your own philosophy or approach of life, is here, or spiritual. And then this one, leverage, is about investment. Okay. So these are the 4 pillars for period 9 wealth. Okay. Yeah. This is how I see the chart. So does it change the way a little bit how you actually approach BaZi chart right now? If you learned BaZi before, right? I'm sharing with you how I see BaZi in period 9. And this is how I actually apply for myself as well, and also use this to help my clients. Okay, so now think about this, right? Attention. Attention represent what? Social media, or you make money through how many people view your videos, right? Your influence power. So you get a lot, like maybe brand ambassador, you get paid for that. So if your attention pillar, if you have a raw wealth, don't you think it's good? How many of you here, your attention pillar got raw wealth? Okay, now you know, right? It's super powerful for you. You know what to do already in period 9. Yeah, this is just one of the 10 God. Yeah, this high level application. Now, don't worry, there's still another 9 out of the 10 gods, right? I'm just telling you, just give you an example here. How do you look for this? So the raw wealth, if you have it, it could appear at the top or it could appear at the bottom, is fine. As long as in the year pillar, because year pillar represents attention, and you also just learn raw wealth also represent followers. Don't you think we want to put your followers into the attention column? Does it make sense? Yeah, this is how we analyze how can you create wealth in period 9. Okay, all right. So do you like this or not? This is high level information, all right? Yeah, so use it for your own. And if you can, you also can help others as well to actually guide people to do this. And we haven't finished yet. There's so many, right? Of course, I cannot do everything here today. Of course, there are so many. There are 10 gods, and 10 gods on different pillar means different things, right? So, and now, how many of you here see, if you know this piece of information, it can help you dramatically in your wealth planning for the next 20 years? How many of you here like this way of approach of reading BaZi and using Chinese metaphysics? Right? Why this is important? Because if you know, if you deep inside, you know in your heart telling you that this is something that beneficial for you, I urge you to actually learn this, because this year is a great year to kickstart something. As I told you just now, right? The period 9 energy, you don't wait for too long. Why? Because I always believe in this. I posted even in my Instagram. We need to act quickly when opportunity strikes. Because when everyone know about it, and then it's no longer an opportunity, right? It becomes general knowledge. Agree? Right? So if everyone know about cryptocurrency, it's no longer unique. It's already become general knowledge. Everyone knew about it already. So when you see opportunities, you know, act it quick, because in period 9, you need to be the first mover advantage here. Okay? So now, how many of you here interested to move the next step? You want to master this part. Okay, if you want, I can show you how to do this. So if I want to tell this, if you could only learn one thing for this year, for period 9 period for 20 years, if you only can learn one thing, of course you can learn so many things, but let's say you're lazy. You ask me, Iverson, if I only can learn one thing for period 9, what you can learn, I would suggest this: wealth mastery in the new world of period 9. How many of you here want to learn this? Yeah, this is now I'm telling you exactly the path, right, for you to take. So now, how do we do this? Very simple, right? I'll give you exact path for you. So to take the first winning step, you can actually engage us or me doing a personal wealth coaching session. Yeah, this one I would say will be around $2,000. Okay. And I know that I actually have some clients here, and I didn't actually do a lot because this one takes me a lot of time, right? You do a one-to-one coaching, so I limit this. But if you're interested, yeah, you can get in touch with us, and then we can arrange this kind of appointment for you. All right. So, and I probably, a lot of you might think that the price is a little bit steep for this. So, but I cannot reduce the price because I use my time, right? So I need to actually, I have a lot of stuff to do. So the time is valuable. So I have no choice. I need to actually restrict this to certain individuals. So, but if you're thinking, hey, is it possible for me to learn the same thing that I use for my client, but without actually going through a one-to-one personal consulting? So yeah, there'll be another way. How about you learn certain information from the Millionaire Secrets Playbook? Don't you think this would be a better option for you? I'm going to teach you what is inside here. I'm going to extract what is important information from my Millionaire Secrets Playbook, and then I'm going to teach you. So since I'm able to teach you, I can teach one to so many people, so I can leverage on my time. How many of you here want to learn the contents inside this Millionaire Secrets Playbook? I think this better make use of my time, right? So I can teach. How about that? And therefore, you need to pay a steep price of US dollar 2,000. Okay? Because what I'm going to do here, now I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to extract information, important key information, like something you learned just now, and then even more. And then I want to actually put all this information into this program. How about that? So I'm going to teach you to do this. So, and I'm going to teach this only once. I call this program Awaken Your Millionaire Destiny. Do you like the title? Yeah, I'm very excited because this is something that I a lot of information. I do a lot of research, right? So I think I'm so excited to share with those people that are committed to become successful. All right. But if you are just come here, you just listen for fun, you're not going to do anything about it, then I would say you better don't join. Okay, so this program will be on 9 to 10 of April 2022, which is next month, right? Just probably just a few weeks away. And we're going to do this via live stream. Okay, so live stream means that you can watch this and learn this right at the comfort at your own home. Okay, so what we're going to do here is like this. In a nutshell, what we're going to do here is I'm going to merge between the wealth principles in the new world with the knowledge of Chinese metaphysics, with BaZi, Feng Shui, and Qi Men. So this is what you're able to learn. It's unique. Yeah, so you can do these two things together, right? Do you like this? This is extremely valuable that can serve you for the next 20 years. So, and I would say that this is the first, I cannot say 100%, but I believe that this is the first ever program being taught this way. Okay, to my best knowledge. Okay, so, and I'm only going to teach this once. If you are interested, how many of you are interested to learn this? Wow, so many of you already signing up. Nice. How many of you here haven't signing up yet, but you like to learn from me to do this? Type the word me. If you haven't signed up yet. Okay, all right. For those already signed up, thank you, congratulations. I know that I heard that a lot of people already enrolled for this. Okay, thank you for your support. For those that haven't enrolled yet, this will be the time because the class is going to conduct next month. And if you like what I'm doing here, my work here, you want to support this, then there you go, right? So let me tell you how to actually enroll for this. So this program here, right now I'm going to talk about a few things. Of course, there'll be more. I'm going to tell you some of the things I'm going to talk about. I'm going to talk about the 7 secrets of extraordinary wealth based on the information that I extracted from my playbook. And I also talk about the millionaire mindset because I think the mindset is important. How do you install a millionaire mindset, right? So I think a lot of people need this, right? So I'm going to do this. And then also, how about upgrade, amplify, and extend your wealth luck, right? Wealth luck can come once in a while, right? How about you able to extend your wealth luck? Okay, right. So this one will be the one. And then how about this? Set up a millionaire feng shui setup for you. So you use the environment to support your wealth goals here. And finally, we are not only want to make more money, we also want to be awakened. So we are not being a slave to money, right? We use it for us so we can have more freedom in life. And in the same time, when you have access of money, you can make some impact to others as well. How about that, right? And much more, right? So what is much more? How about I talk about like, even your luck pillar don't have wealth element. I can show you how do you make use of it as if like you have wealth element in your love pillar. How about that? Instead of wait until 80 years old. There are much more. Yeah, this is not the only thing here that we're going to talk about. How do you transform your nobleman into a wealth element? Something new. Do you want to learn all this? All right. So if you want to learn this, then there you go. Yeah, these are the program. I'm looking forward to this. And let me share with you one thing here. Yeah, this is how I see Bazi. There are no poor Bazi chart. There are no such thing called poor Bazi chart. But there are only one thing called the poor utilization of the chart. Right. So the question here is, do you know how to utilize your chart? Okay. So, and if you're interested, yeah, to join me on this. So this would be the date 9 and 10. And now let's talk about the enrollment. So when you actually, if you decided to engage me as a one-to-one private coaching, there will be US dollar 2,000. But since this one, I actually doing it is a one-to-many. I can teach so many people, so you can have some saving here. So this would be the normal price for this program, 997. If I do this live as a live class, but since right now I'm going to do this online, right? So I can save a lot of cost of renting the hall and everything. So instead of 997 US dollar, only now is only 397 to orders. All right, and there you go. There's the link for you, joeyup.com/millionaire. And the link also appears in the chat box right now. How about that? So we can learn all the techniques that I use to help my clients. So if you are you want to use it for yourself also can, and you also can help your children, right? If you have a children, you know that the new world, the way to make money is very different. So are you sure right now you are educating them in the right way or not? Right? Maybe after this, you know, you have a better perspective how the wealth works in new world, right? You can teach your children as well. Okay. All right. So now, to encourage you further, I also opened up again the bonus slot here. So if you, for the first 50 who joining today, right? For first 50 who joining today, you will get this limited bonus. And the one will be the advanced Bazi training of the God of Wealth. This is the first time I'm doing this. It's unique. We're going to study the 10 gods in the advanced level from the wealth perspective. Bonus. And this one is priceless. Why? Because this is not for sale. All right. Now this one, you cannot buy this as a standalone program. Okay, so this is part of it. For those already enrolled earlier on, you're going to get this bonus as well. But for now, I'm going to open for another 50 slots here. For the first 50, you're going to get the Awaken Your Millionaire Destiny, which is the core main program. And at the same time, you'll get this bonus as well. Okay, all you need to do, just go to the link and then to register for that. And I know that some of you here, this is the link here, right? So now the program, Millionaire program, and the God of Wealth for the bonus. So, and some of you here might not able to make it to the date, right? So yes, we also actually know about that. So there will be a one-time schedule request if you cannot make it on the actual date. But of course, I will hope you to show up on the actual date so we can have more interaction. You can ask me question live. But in any event you cannot make it, there always a one-time request for you, right? Because some of you might have something to do right last minute. That is the one. Okay, how about that? Do you like this information or not? Okay, I'm going to teach this once because I don't like to teach the same program twice, all right? So I'm going to think about something new next time. So, but if you like this, I think period 9, the main topic is about wealth. I think everyone need to get educated and be there first. So I hope that I can encourage you to make the first step, not for me, all right, for yourself, for your own family, all right? You think about this, no stress, no pressure. And let me ask you a few questions here, right? So how do you know you are suitable for this? So you need to ask yourself, are you committed to create a lifetime income stream that you never outlive? Okay, first question. Second here is, are you committed to reach financial goal quicker and retire sooner? Do you want that? And finally, are you committed to achieve peace of mind and financial security, even you started late? Yeah, if your answer is yes to all of these questions, then you are the right person to learn this. Yeah, I'm proud to be your teacher. It's my privilege to serve. Okay, so now, let me ask you this, the most important question. In your life, in every aspect of your life, are you play to win or are you play not to lose? You don't need to answer me on this. You think about this, right? If you are a player, you want to play to win. You decide and then you do it. All right. Okay, so I want you to think about that part. And there you go. This would be the program with the God of Wealth. If you are interested for the first 50, you're going to get this. Okay. All right. So, wow, so many of you here already joining this. Okay, nice. Okay, so I hope to see you there because I prepared so much content. Yeah, now my problem here is I want to know how to actually combine and actually compress all the programs so you get more value of this. And thank you for those who already enrolled earlier on. Yeah, thank you for that. I see so many comments here say they already enrolled. Yeah, I don't know how to express my appreciation. Yeah, thank you for that. Okay, so and thank you also for all of you here who tuning in for today's webinar. Yeah, I know to some of you here is very late at night or very early in the morning, but yet you still show up here. I need to salute you for your appetite of learning because the only way to become happy is to continue to grow. Okay, all right. So now, okay, can I maybe before I go, can I spend like 5 minutes here addressing your questions? You have some questions you can type in the chat box. I'm more willing to actually help you to address some of your questions, right? It could be any questions. Okay, Maria asks, can I know how to activate the raw wealth? So activation comes through action. All right, so raw wealth are related to popularity. So in order to activate it, you need to become the social influencer. There's one way. You need to acquire followers. When you do that, you're already activating the raw wealth. Okay, Daiha say, is it possible to buy the playbook for further study? Right, the playbook is not for sale, right? Because even you buy it, you don't understand what it means because I scribble here, scribble that. All right, so only me know what it means. So until a point that, so I think the best way you want to learn it is from the program because I make it in a structured way so you can learn it. And you also can see the way I look at BaZi, I look at Qi Men and Feng Shui, or even life as a whole. Right, so this is what you can get from this program here. Okay, someone asked, okay, so Dorothy asked about a sky horse in my year pillar. Does it mean opportunities and investment? Sky horse as in the year pillar, remember just now we talked about, is it part of it? If it's part of it, it's something related to e-commerce, right? E-trade. Yeah, that kind of opportunities. Okay, Beltran say, how do I activate 7 killings? You activate 7 killings by doing, by actually increase your courage. The moment your courage increase, then your 7 killings power will increase as well. Okay, Kelvin Tan asks about what about the sky horse in the annual BaZi? No, that one is not considered. Yeah, I'm talking about in your BaZi chart. Okay, Grace Yap asks if the rock wealth in the month pillar, can I still work with the followers? Of course you can. It'll be different method. I'm going to cover in the program, right? Because it's too much information right now to tell you. There's a step involved. Okay, all right. So any other questions? Okay, so I think a lot of your questions here are related to Sky Horse. So basically it's like it for Sky Horse, right? If you have it in the year, month, or luck pillar, sorry, what I'm talking about. If you have it in the month and or the hour or the luck pillar, that one is considered great. Okay, so I would say, I repeat again, it's something to do with e-commerce, trading, or even global business. All right, exactly the same meaning. Okay, Jeffrey asks, can you pay by bank transfer or credit card? Yes, you can. Okay. Since you're asking this, I know a lot of people facing the same problems as well. Because on the payment page, the first page that you see, there are no credit card option, isn't it? Right? It's just a PayPal button. If you want to pay by credit card, you just click the PayPal button anyway. You lead to a second page where you can choose credit card as an option of payment. I know, I don't know why they're designed that way, but that's the way it is. So you need to work around with that, right? You just click the PayPal button anyway. It'll lead you to the next page where you can select credit card as your payment option. All right. Okay. All right. So let's see what else. A lot of you here interested in Skyhorse. Okay, just to give you a little bit of a teaser here. In this program, remember Skyhorse, there are 4 animal signs, right? There are tiger, there are monkey. Yeah, still remember all the there will be a boar or the pig, right? So all these are the Skyhorse sign. So now, if your Skyhorse is monkey, it could mean different thing. If you want, this is more deeper, all right? So if it's a tiger, it means different thing. Okay, so this is, since you're asking this, why might as well I'm telling you, this is also one part of the module I'm going to talk about in this Awaken Your Millionaire Destiny. Okay, don't worry. That will be a very exciting, very easy to follow approach. And I'm going to make sure that you fall in love on applying Chinese metaphysics for your wealth purpose. Okay, all right. So now just I'm talking about different, there are only 4 Skyhorse possible. Yeah, only 4 possible Skyhorse, right? It could be a tiger, it could be the snake, it could be the monkey, it could be the boar, the horse. Sorry, not the horse, the pig. All right, so it could be, so different animal sign, we have different variation in terms of the meaning. I cannot cover it right now because it's too long. I don't have the notes right now. Okay. All right, but I promise you're going to cover this inside the program, right? Because since so many of you are joining here, I'm going to talk about that as well. And you remind me if I forgot during that time. Okay. All right. Yeah, so these are the thing here. Okay, Colette Malone, you say you have some help on the payment, you just contact Shimo, right? She can help you if you have some question about that. All right. Okay, cool. So, okay, all right, I think that's it for today. I'm going to wrap up the session. Yeah, it's a bit late right now. I don't want to hold you for too long because you have something else to do as well. So, and you have any question about payment or all those things, someone asked about payment here, yeah, you go to contact Shimo or Corinne, yeah, in the chat box. Maybe Shimo and Corinne, maybe you just post your contacts there. All right, you see there, right? In the chat box, you just contact them. All right, cool. So till then, nice to talk to all of you here. I hope you actually learned a lot today and inspire you to take a new action to make 2022 a great year and beyond. All right, till then, I'm going to see you again in some of our webinar or workshop or event. So, and till then, I'm going to take care. And I wish all of you here the best of luck. I'm Iverson Lee. Keep in touch. Bye-bye.